Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to discuss from class 8 book, first chapter, rational number. Today's topics are definition of rational number, properties of rational number, additive identity, multiplicative identity, additive inverse, multiplicative inverse. We are going to discuss for this chapter 6 topics. We're going to discuss here only 6 topics. First, we have to know about rational number, then properties of rational number, additive identity, multiplicative identity, additive inverse, and multiplicative inverse. So let's start. So first, we have to know here what is rational number. If you see, you can understand here any number which can express in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equals to 0. Remember, that is very important. Q not equals to 0, that means denominator is not equals to 0. The number you can express in the form of p by q. For example, you can see here as 0, minus 9, plus 9, 5 by 9, 3, minus 2 by 17, and so on. You can take many numbers in the form of a rational number. That means it's completely clear that if any number you'll be able to express in the form of p by q, then you can agree with this definition, because when any number you can express in the form of p by q, then you can tell this is a rational number, otherwise no. Now I'm going to discuss here properties of rational number. See here I've written first property is a closure property. So before going to explain this closure property, with one example I can explain this one, that closure property, that means when you are going to take any two numbers, you can choose three numbers also, no problem, but you will choose any two number, and if we add, after adding, then again one rational number will come, then we can tell this is a closure property. So if we see here, see I have written here over addition. See I have taken here two rational number, 5 by 2, another one is 6 by 3, and after addition I got here 27 by 6. You know 27 by 6 is a rational number. That means over addition rational numbers hold closure property. Now over multiplication, in the same way we will check. Over multiplication, that means we have to multiply any two rational numbers. See I have multiplied here 5 by 2, 6 by 3, that means 30 by 6. This is also a rational number. That means we can tell over multiplication also rational number holds. Over multiplication also rational number holds closure property over multiplication. Now I am going to discuss over subtraction. See, if we'll subtract any two, rational number, we'll get rational number only. See 5 by 2 minus 6 by 3, we'll get 3 by 6, and 3 by 6 is a rational number. That means over subtraction also it holds closure property. Now over division we have to check, because we know in mathematics mainly four operation are the main operation, because addition, multiplication, subtraction and division, basic operation of mathematics. So we have to check all the property on these four operation: addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. See for division it does not hold closure property, because we know if we divide any rational number by 0, then it will be completely undefined. We cannot find out result, because see I have given here one example, 88 by 6 divided by 0 is equals to undefined. If we divide any rational number by 0, that means it will be completely undefined. That means we cannot say division is hold closure property. Division it does not hold closure property. Remember, that's very important. Now I am going to explain here commutative property. What is commutative property? Commutative property means we have to take any two number and we have to change their place. If after changing the place of all the digits, if the result is same, then we can tell okay, it's all commutative property. That means a plus b is equals to b plus a. See, over addition again we can check here. Over addition we can check. See, 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4, 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4. Again I have changed there. Now 5 by 4 plus 2 by 3, but result is same, 23 by 12. That means over addition its whole commutative property. Now I am going to check for subtraction. See here, 7 by 3 minus 2 by 5 is equals to 29 by 15. But see here, 2 by 5, it will change their place. Then 2 by 5 minus 7 by 3 is equals to minus 29 by 15. That means subtraction does not hold commutative property. Subtraction does not hold commutative property. Now I am going to check here for multiplication. Multiplication, see again with one example, 5 by 9 into 2 by 6. Again 2 by 6 into 5 by 9, it will multiply, we will get 10 by 54. That means over multiplication it hold commutative property. That means first time for addition it is hold commutative property, then for multiplication it hold commutative property, but for subtraction it does not hold commutative property. Now I am going to check for division. For division, if we check, then 7 by 8 divided by 2 by 5 is equals to 35 by 16. At the same time, 2 by 5 divided by 7 by 8 is equals to 16 by 35. That means division does not hold commutative property. Division does not hold commutative property. Now I am going to the next property, that is associative property. See, associative property mainly we can write in with the three numbers A, B and C. See, for associative property we have to change the place of bracket only. You check this property, easily you can understand. For closure property and for commutative property we have checked with only two rational number, but for associative property we are going to check here only for three rational number. Remember that. Now I am going to check for addition, for subtraction, for multiplication and for division. See, for addition if we check, see, you have to check here only the place of the bracket. See, numbers, that means numbers are same. See, 2 by 5 plus 3 by 7 plus 9 by 4. Here also I wrote 2 by 5 plus 3 by 7 plus 9 by 4. But see, bracket is completely different. The bracket is completely different. That means, see here, after using this different kind of numbers with the different kind of bracket, then the solution always be same. That means 432 by 140. So it's hold associative property over addition. Now I am going to check for subtraction. In the same way, see, subtraction if we check, subtraction, see, again you should check here this one and this one. See, I've changed the place of bracket only, but see, after changing this bracket the result is completely different. Here 25 by 12 and here 19 by 12. That means result is completely different. That means subtraction does not hold commutative property. And we know subtraction, division is the smallest form of subtraction. That means if subtraction does not hold commutative, then definitely division also does not hold commutative property. But for multiplication, see, for multiplication it's hold commutative property. You can see easily for multiplication it hold commutative property. Now for division, we will check here. See, for division, we will check here. This one and this one, result is different. You can see result is different, 8 by 15 and here 6 by 5. That means for division it does not hold commutative property. Now one more property is here, that is distributive property. And for distributive property we are going to use here three numbers only, but two different sign. One is a plus, another one is multiplication. One is the multiplication, another one is subtraction. You can see here, see distributive property of multiplication over addition. In the same time, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. See, if we'll check here, a cross b plus c is equals to a cross b plus a cross c. Similarly, a cross b minus c, that means a cross b minus a cross c. This is distributive property. Remember that. Now I am going to the next, that is additive identity. What is additive identity? Additive identity, we know 0 is called additive identity, because if we add 0 with any number, the same number will come. That's why, see, one example you can see, 2 by 3 plus 0 is equals to 0 plus 2 by 3 is equals to 2 by 3 only. Same number is coming. That's why 0 is called additive identity. Remember that. Now I am going to next, multiplicative identity. What is multiplicative? 1 is known as multiplicative identity. 1 is known as multiplicative identity. 2 by 3 into 1 equals to 1 into 2 by 3. That means 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Additive inverse. Now I am going to explain here additive inverse. Additive, what is additive inverse? Additive inverse, you can see this definition: a number that when added to a given number gives 0. That means any number is a given number, you will add any other number to the given number. If the result is 0, then definitely that number is additive inverse. And we can in the short way we can find out additive inverse. Just we have to change the sign. If plus is given, you have to write minus of the given number. If minus is the given, then you have to write plus of the given number. So see here, additive inverse. Additive inverse of plus 5 by 7 is minus 5 by 7. Just simple. And the additive inverse is minus 2 by 3 is equals to plus 2 by 3. Just simple. Just you have to change their number for additive inverse. But for multiplicative inverse, see again we can check here, and for multiplicative inverse, a number that when multiplied to a given number gives 1, because we know multiplicative identity is 1. So for multiplicative inverse you have to make 1 only. That means for multiplicative inverse we have to write reciprocal of given number. See, multiplicative inverse of 5 by 7 is equals to 7 by 5. In the same time, multiplicative inverse of minus 2 by 3 is minus 3 by 2. So we have to write for multiplicative inverse reciprocal of given number. But for additive inverse, you have to change the sign, given sign. Plus is given, so we have to write minus. When minus will be given, we have to write plus. But for multiplicative identity, we have to write only reciprocal. We are not going to change any symbol. We have to write the form, reciprocal form of the given number. I hope with the help of this concept you can complete from your book practice 1.1. Next day we are going to discuss exponent and power for the second chapter. Thank you. Take care.